Hey everybody, it's Mr. CEO with Lone Star Breaking. Cheers to all of you. I think about how to make this video, actually for a little while. I've kind of alluded to those in my Discord, join the Discord, link below, that I've been grinding it out on both ends for a while. This has been difficult. I've been buying a lot of collections, driving all over the place, missing out on time with family and work. Honestly, the reason why I started streaming was to really put some guide rails on my collecting. And instead of putting guide rails on my collecting, I ended up kind of just transferring that desire to be in the hobby to acquiring for selling instead of acquiring for myself. It's been so much fun. I've enjoyed the hell out of it. I went to 2 days a week. That was wonderful and has been wonderful. But the prepping for the 2 days a week has been really, really difficult. And then Sunday's show, yesterday's show. I went on a limb with yesterday's show, and every show I've been topping myself, just going farther and farther, pushing it more and more, putting myself out there more and more. Last night's show, I got cooked. And I did a vintage and mid-era, and things just weren't hitting. And normally I run things modern and whatnot, and people have a sense of the value, and I don't talk about value. That's one of the core tenets of what it is I do. I don't talk about value. I don't pressure up prices. Afterwards, I may tell you got a great deal or that was a steal or something something to that effect. But I don't dwell on it. And running modern things tend to go for 90 to 100% of their value, really. I mean, that's just kind of the average of all of it. So if I'm buying things or acquiring things at 70%, 75% value, selling something for an average of 90 to 95, you're doing okay on that, and you're getting to do what it is you like doing. Last night I kind of ran a lot of those same metrics into the show that I did with my buddy Sleepy Dragon, who I love, and he cut me a heck of a deal on the product. But just things were going like 50% of market. It was pretty brutal. Now I still enjoyed doing it, but afterwards I looked at it and said, uh-oh, that was tough. And it's not that the energy wasn't there in the stream. It's not that people didn't like what they were seeing. You guys all seem to really like it. But there was just that lack of knowledge or understanding about what the values were, or lack of comfort in buying those kinds of products. It's hard to say, what a card that doesn't trade often sells for. And feeling so this card that's very similar to that card, this stamped card, is a very similar type Pokemon, similar set. This one's exploded. This one hasn't had a sale on it in 2 years yet. This one will sell higher because it's had the sale. This one did not get the price bump and went at a margin that honestly doesn't fit today's market. And whose fault is that? It's my fault. Number one, I don't do a lot of mid-era streams, and that's my passion, is what I love, but I don't do a lot of them. But the cards just don't move as much, so people just don't know what to bid. They don't feel as comfortable bidding on it, or going to what is, 90% or 80% even of what today's market may be for a card, versus, if I'm running this Mega Charizard, everyone knows what this card goes for. It sells 100 times a day. It's not a difficult sell. It's not a difficult comp. People know what it's worth. But if I'm selling, let's see, if I'm selling this Dragon Frontiers stamped Nidoran Delta species card, I don't know how many sales there have been on this year, but not that many. And if it's not selling multiple times a day, the algorithms don't keep up with it very well. And I get it. I probably would have been in the same shoes if I was a buyer in last night's show. So the fact that I got cooked isn't anyone's fault other than myself. So what does that mean? I'm glad I got cooked. Thank God. It gives me the excuse and the rationale to say, let me take a step back. Let me reevaluate this one-upping to get 2 shows a week to reach the preferred whatnot seller designation, which I'm going to get, which is fantastic. But I knew getting it would be difficult, but keeping it would be even harder. And I honestly don't even care about keeping it. I got there. That's awesome. So I am going to cancel my Wednesday night streams so that they don't take away my love for doing the streams in total. I love doing it. I love the community. You guys are awesome. I truly enjoy what we've created, but I don't want feeding it to take that away. I think that stepping back to where I was prior, just Sunday nights, will allow me to focus more on, number one, my family, number two, my actual job, and number three, just being more selective in what it is I'm doing, and being more intentional about it. I like being intentional about the streams I'm doing. I like having themes. I like being having time to plan for things, and I just wasn't able to do that running 2 shows a week. It was so much fun, and I'll still do pop-ups and things like that around that Sunday night stream when I want to, and when it makes sense. But I'm going to go back to that just Sunday night. So you will see us, Lone Star Breaking. I'm going to do it at 7 p.m. Central. I'm going to move an hour back. Give us a little more time if we want to. Sunday nights, 7 p.m. Central going forward. That feels right. As I look at my clock, that feels right. This feels like the right time of day to do it. And if I do pop-ups, we'll do pop-ups together, and they'll make sense, and then they'll be something that I can feed out of my normal run without taking time away from my family and my life in a way that feels more like a job. This isn't a job, it's a hobby. And when your hobby starts feeling like a job, you need to take a step back. And I'm glad that last night went the way that it did, so that I could take a step and think about where I am, where I've gotten, and where I actually want to go with this. So I will see you all Sunday, 6 days. Come join the Discord. Talk to me there. Again. Thanks, everybody. Cheers. I'll see you soon.